In this episode, you're going to learn 3 simple techniques that you can use to help you answer the most common job interview question, tell me about yourself. I'm Tanya, your business English coach, and let me just tell you that this question, it might seem simple, but it's the number 1 job interview question that I help people with because it's the one that causes the most frustration and anxiety. A large part of the confusion that this question causes is that a lot of people don't actually understand the point of this question. However, instead of thinking of it as pointless or annoying, think of it as a valuable opportunity to show your potential future employer, fingers crossed, how awesome you are. And that brings us to the first tip. Understand what the question is actually asking you. Okay, so this question is a bit misleading because even though it's asking, tell me about yourself, your interviewers don't actually want to know personal details about you. They're looking for specific details. So it's very helpful to understand what they actually want to know, which is, tell me what about yourself will benefit me if I hire you. This is a totally different question. So this is where I see people get distracted and talk about their background, their pets, their kids, or they start listing out their resume. This is not what they want. They actually want you to interpret your value. So be very concise and remember that you got the interview. So that means your resume already passed the first step. Now they want to know if you will be a good fit for both the position and the company culture. So ask yourself, in addition to what's already in my resume, what can I share with them that will make it more obvious that I'm the best candidate? Now that you understand what the question is actually asking you, tip number 2 is don't spend the whole time talking about your exes. If you think about it, a job interview is a lot like a first date. And you would never spend your first date talking about your exes the whole time. And oh my God, if you would, please don't do that anymore. Nobody wants that. So with that in mind, don't spend this valuable time talking about your previous employers. Remember, the star of the show is you, so focus on the qualities and experiences that highlight why you would be a valuable asset to the company. Again, they have your resume in front of them, so don't focus on name dropping or explaining each position title. It's about you and your experience. So ask yourself, because of my past experiences, what skills have I developed that show I would be a good fit for this position? So now that you know that the question is actually asking you, what about yourself will benefit me if I hire you? And you focused and you know that you're not going to spend your whole time talking about your ex-employers, the third tip is concise is always nice. So for the love of all that is good, please do not repeat or summarize your resume. You've heard me mention this with each one of the tips, and that's because this is one of the most common things I see people do. Remember, this is your chance to supplement your resume and show them the person behind the paper. This is really valuable time that I want you to take advantage of. So yes, talk about your experience, but do it concisely. For example, instead of listing your last 3 jobs and what you did in each position, focus on the one quality you have that helped you excel in all of them, or the quality or skill that you learned because of them. Trust me, one strategic and concise minute that highlights a couple of skills is way better than 5 minutes rambling on and on about all of your skills. So ask yourself, what quality in the job description best aligns with my experience? Now that you know that this one small question is actually a big opportunity for you, make sure you invest time to prepare a concise and confident response. For more job interview tips and the notes for this episode, head over to my website at tanyasuarez.com. And as always, remember, you got this.